Hello YouTube, this is Matt Wicks of the Bluebell Model Railway channel. You join me today, going to start a new sort of series of videos, if you like. As some of you may know, I've been sort of hinting at retiring the layout sooner rather than later. It's getting quite difficult to manage and also get out and run anything due to the weather. Which outside at the moment it is raining after a glorious week of sunshine, which is annoying because I'm at work. So I thought I'll try something a little bit different, as the layout is now going to be retired and it will be rebuilt eventually, but for now I'm going to try something a little bit different. Some of you know I write up most of my projects on forums around the internet, but I'm starting to go away from that now. Some forums I've had quite a few problems with as of late, with some members, so I've decided to do it this way instead. So we're going to call it sort of Workbench Wednesdays. They're not going to be every Wednesday, but every occasional Wednesday when there is something to report on. So we're going to start with this new series, this new video series. There's going to be one in particular and a couple of other little workbenchy things going on. So to start off with, you can see in front of you here we have three models. Furthest over you can see Fenchurch, which is a terrier, a Dapple terrier, and you can see the two furthest to the right are the Bachmann E4s. Now I bought and have reviewed the 473 model, which is basically the preserved version, or just about, and that was reviewed a couple of months ago. I bought the LBSC version with the view of modifying it to become Birch Grove, which will be done in the next couple of weeks. As you know, there's a couple of differences, and if I just move Fenchurch out the way for a little while, you can see a couple of the differences are the boiler. There is no linkages or anything on the top. The whistle's in a different place. There are no clack valves on the boiler, and also the bunker is slightly different. Also the cab is slightly different as well. It has a screw reverser and not a lever, which can be changed. So that's the main differences, and also I have to change the livery slightly. So it will need etch plates, and it will need possibly some transfers or some homemade transfers to put across the tanks. They're the main two differences which I have to make, or the main few differences I should say I have to make on this model. A couple of the boiler ones are quite easy to do. The transfers are slightly more trickier, and so are the etch plates. If I just remove the Southern Railways version, I'll just pop in Terrier again. This is, as you know, Fenchurch. It has appeared on several videos over the years. This one was one of the first ones that I have done which I needed to do a custom transfer. So this model needed a new transfer over the side of the tank, and also etch plates. Other little modifications like the condensing pipes along the side of the boiler to the tanks and the smoke box. I made a few small detail changes on the buffer beam as well, with all the vac and steam pipes, and also added the flared front smoke box parts, which is just a piece of plastic card. I've also changed the safety valves, salter springs to some nice turnt versions from markets, and also the whistle. And the etch plates are from, I think it was Gill plates, quite a while ago now. So that's basically what I'm going to try and do to the E4 here. Now I've already started collecting a few bits for this E4 here. I've already got the etch plates. You probably won't see these on the camera very well. I managed to get these commissioned by Narrow Planet, which I am extremely grateful for, because they are absolutely amazing etches, and I'll post a picture up in a little while, so you can see it in a bit more clearly. These I commissioned from a picture of 473's plates, which it used to run in about 98-99 when it was birch groven in the LBSC livery. So that's the first one. Those cost £4, which I think are quite good value, really good value for the quality of them. And also the clack valves. As I said, the clack valves on the boiler are not there compared to the southern version. So a little trip on eBay, and I managed to pick up these plastic moulded clack valves, which are off a schools class on old Hornby schools, with the ring-filled motor in, if you remember those. These cost a couple of quid. There's about 4 pairs in here, but I've used them on other models before, like the Southeastern and Chatham 01s, etc. So I buy a couple of these just in case I need them for detailing or anything along that sort of line, or anything like kit builds which don't have the details. So basically what I do is cut off the plastic moulded pipe, and as you can see here I have some copper wire which is 0.6mm, and I cut off the plastic pipe on the bottom of the valve and drill a small 0.6 hole and cut off a length of this copper wire and glue it into the bottom. So no painting needed or copper paint needed, you just need to slightly paint the top of the valve with a gold or a brass paint, which I usually use acrylic Humbrol paint, but we'll get around to that when I get to that part. For the transfers, which I'm going to do for the tanks, are quite technically difficult to manage, mainly because of the toner colour to the paint colour of the model. Very difficult to match. You can see here on some earlier examples for Fenchurch. These are some ones which I designed on the PC. I used a small or a quite cheap program which came with a scanner quite a few years ago. Very easy to use for me. I'm not a computer wizard, so I just manage with what skills I have. So these are custom transfers. So basically what I've done is taken a picture of the side of the model and managed to get hold of the text from a picture and position that onto the side of the image for the same measurements of the tank. Put them onto a computer photo editing software. I believe it's Photo Studio by ArcSoft. I think it's ArcSoft, I can't remember now. And I buy this transfer paper, which is white backed. You can get various versions. You can get clear or white backed. You can get it for laserjet printers or inkjet printers. And I buy this from Crafty Computer Paper. Very useful. I just bought some more this morning to do birch grove behind. And basically you cut it out, you put it in water, and it slides off just like a water transfer, and then you just need to give it a nice light coat of varnish to seal into or onto the model. And these have been on here for quite a few years now, so they certainly stand the test of time. Making the actual transfer is difficult. If I just bring in some sheets of paper here, I'll move the models back. You can see here several examples of the efforts you have to go to try and match the colours. Now I'll try and bring it into the light so you can see. This is the first sheet, so these are all comparisons. So we started off with the original photo that I took from the side of the model itself, and that proved too light or light brown. So we tried to make it darker, then it went too dark, then we had to go back. This was sort of getting there, but it went too dark again, and basically it's just sort of tweaking it on the photo program to make it darker, lighter. So it's adjusting the shadow, it's adjusting the mid-tone. You just have to keep printing and printing and printing, so you can have small test bits. This is page 2, and we finally got to just about the right one down here. So this is the one I'm most happy with. This is printed about, I think it's 2400 DPI, so quite high resolution. You can see some of the notes I've made underneath: -3, -1, -1, -2. Then we upped the quality of the print, and we came out with quite a nice print there, and very easy to read. Birch Grove on there as well. So, but you can see all the different shades, and as I say, these will probably look a little bit different to you on the camera, but you can see comparison wise, and I mean it might look different on the camera, as I say, but to the human eye it looks about right to me. And we've done comparisons side by side, checking that it looks okay, and it's a goer, so we can go ahead to the next stage, order the transfer paper and start printing. So that was quite a challenge. That took me pretty much 2 days to try and get a reasonable colour for Birch Grove's transfers. So those will be done hopefully next week, and I'll show you those on another episode or another video. So but that just gives you a little bit of insight into the project, which this will be, and I'll follow up and show you around next time a few of the little bits I've done or have achieved, or maybe I'll do one side first. You can see on this side I've already sort of experimented with taking the transfers off with a new tool, which has been quite fun. Usually I remove the transfers with either a Brasso or a small amount of enamel thinners with a cotton bud. But with Batman it's slightly difficult because the paint work is not as well finished as, say, some older mid-2000 Hornby models. Their paint is really good on the Hornby stuff up until recently, up until their factory moves. And now you put a little bit of thinner on it and the whole paint comes off. So I managed to get one of these little tools. Now this is a rubber, electric powered rubber, if you ever believe it. You can see it's probably powered by a Hornby motor, to be quite frank, but there you go. It runs on 2 AAA batteries, or AAA batteries, and this is mainly for erasing ink or pencil. It's quite a small artistic tool, but I tell you what, it doesn't damage the paintwork on here. You have to be very light, because you will damage the paintwork if you push too hard, but it doesn't risk the paint as much. These this print on the tanks and the bunker here is all tamper printed, so it's printed layer upon layer upon layer, and it's on top of the brown. So if you're accurate enough, which you can be with these, you can just take off the letter or the number, and it leaves the surface slightly shiny like it would. You can probably see that on the camera. So you'll need to go over it with some satin varnish, not gloss, satin. These models are satin. Sometimes you may need a little bit of matte varnish just to take the shine off slightly, but I just thought I'd show you a few little things that I've been trying out, and a few little projects. So this will be the next project to do, and I will do a number of videos on this as well in the future, showing you each step in each process. As you can see, I've already started the main research and process. I'll be down on the Bluebell hopefully in the coming weeks. I should be down there for the 28th for the Model Railway weekend. I'll be on the Sunday, hopefully, and I'll be having a look around and seeing if there's any other little bits and pieces I can pick up and work on while I'm down there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this small video, this Workbench Wednesday, which is filmed on a Saturday, and hopefully there'll be a few more of these. I have filmed the promo clip already of this, and it seemed to go down quite well, which is on how to paint a backhead of a locomotive. So hopefully that will be posted up in the next couple of days after this, on a Wednesday obviously, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I hope that gives you some insight into some of my workbenches. I thought it'd be slightly better than just writing it which you know, some people don't know how you're saying things and can't get across how it's done properly, with a load of photos and text. So I thought I'd try this a different way, and hopefully it's useful to everybody who watches it. And if you enjoy this, please subscribe, please like the video, and hopefully we will get around to this again in the next couple of weeks or so, film another, and you can see the progress and how to remove transfers, etc., which will be the next couple of episodes. Thanks for watching, and I hope you find this useful and interesting.